It's time for the Rip City Drive with Travis and Chad. On your home of the Blazers, NBC Sports Northwest Rip City Radio.
All right, we continue. Adam Hunter is in studio. And you're making me happy right now because we were talking about this inner desire as a father that we have to protect our daughters. And it's different for Kaylee than it ever was for Isaac. And it's because she's a girl, right? And I think I might want to enroll my daughter into the Adam School of Wrestling because we can teach our daughters how to protect themselves.
Well, the thing is, like, I've been coaching wrestling for 12, 13 years. I've coached probably like 6 or 7 girls. It's always easier to coach because they listen. They're not like pantsing each other. They're not messing around. They're not running into the walls. The thing is that the hardest part about
the boys are always jacking around.
Yeah, always jacking around. Not always, but enough. But the girls are always hard on themselves. If they can't get a move, they get a little frustrated.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I have to build the girls' confidence.
Yes.
Some of the guys, I got to taper them down and be like, listen, you're not as good as you think you are. Like, you will be, but you have to work hard. You know, whereas the girls, it's the opposite.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because, like, my daughter came to me the other day and it was after PE, and she was telling me how she's not good at basketball and how the other girls are better than her. And I was telling her, I said, look, you're growing. And she's a little bit taller than the rest of her class, like the third tallest girl in her class. And she's still developing strength. And I said, look, it feels that way right now, but if you continue to work and you get stronger, you're going to feel a lot better than you do now because she's going through that awkward phase where she's not as coordinated.
Yeah.
She's worried about getting hit in the face with the ball. So we were working on, in the living room, chest passes, and I was teaching her how to catch the ball so she's not afraid about a ball flying at her face.
Oh, that's great.
Little things like that.
Yeah, no, and I think putting her into jiu-jitsu or wrestling is the best thing you could do for a girl or boy. I just think there's nobody that I've ever coached. It's like, man, I so regret wrestling that time. I mean, even kids now, they hit me up, you know, thanks for making me a badass. Thank you for this. Thank you for that.
It's great. Because here's the reality, and we know this. I was a teenage boy once. There weren't a lot of pure thoughts rolling around in my mind. And so I'm worried about that in applying it to my daughter.
Well, they're still not, actually. I don't know if that ever ends. In fact, there's a kid I got one of the coaches on my team a couple years ago. He slept with one of the moms, but that was like 13 years ago before the kid was born. They met at a bar. But we kept saying, like, hey, Brian, your kid's not working hard. We kept calling it Brian's kid, like unbeknownst to the kid. But I'm like, Brian, tell your kid he's got to, he's got to hustle more. So, but yeah, that's the thing. It's always me and a couple coaches. I got this guy Aldo, who's a comic. He helps me coach. Jay Moore helps coach sometimes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
I like Jay Moore.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
And he's a funny guy. And
yeah.
How do you enjoy, like, I mean, stand-up is always the best, right, in terms of rush?
Oh, it's the biggest high in the world. I mean, it's when you're up there and you look down and you see people like are crying, laughing, and even that, I'm like, are you crying? Wow, it's the first time you've been wet in years. or you see guys, this big smile. People say to me, hey man, I just got diagnosed with something and you made me laugh, and there's nothing better.
Does this world not need more laughter right now?
It's what we need the most.
I mean, dude, it's like you can't have a conversation with anyone because it eventually goes to politics, and then people get so uptight, like you can't even have a conversation anymore.
It's hard. It's just laughter brings people together. It always has.
Yes.
And if you can make somebody laugh, you can make them do anything. That's why when women say they're like, oh, I like funny guys. Well, you like guys who you think are funny and who make you laugh. But it's true. If you could like make a girl laugh, I mean, you're going to do very well on that date if you like her. You're going to end up liking her and she'll like you and yada yada. But if you don't have no sense of humor, it's rough. You got to be really good looking to have no sense of humor.
I agree. In fact, I would say, how would you rank it? So if you took money, looks, laughter, how would you rank that in terms of the success you're going to have on the date?
I think it really depends on how old you are. I think when you're in your teenage years, I would say looks and money. No, looks and laughter.
Yeah.
But when you're older, it's money and looks, and I think money and laughter. I don't know. It's weird. How
did it work with your wife? Because you tell people you're a comedian, like you're in a different ballgame, like because you don't have a normal life and job. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, my wife, luckily, like, is a super sweet, has values, and like is cool, and she didn't care. I mean, I was not very. I didn't have a lot of money when I met her, and I still don't. But so she was cool about that. Like, well, I'm trying to save money, so I'm learning how to cook meth. But she's great. She's great when it comes to that stuff. A lot of girls aren't like that, especially in LA. I mean, if you have a business card, I tell guys, put casting director on that card, and your chances of getting laid will go up. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's It's hard. LA is a tough place. And my buddy Sam Tripoli used to have a joke how LA, it's like every girl's like a 10. It was like a 10 from their hometown.
Yeah.
And they all come to LA and they're all angry. And it's like if Superman went back to his home planet, he wouldn't be Superman. He'd just be some guy with a cape.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what LA is. That's why you have the angry hot girl.
That is such a great point.
Yeah.
All the best of the best want to go to Hollywood.
Yeah. And the thing is, they go LA, they go LA, they go in there, like, okay, I'm become an actress, and then that doesn't work. And a lot of times they either go back home to Omaha, or they go into like porn, and then 10 years later they're a born again Christian.
Yeah.
Which may be worse. So it really all depends.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, what's it been like for you? I mean, where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in New York. Moved to Long Island when I was 3.
Yeah.
My mom did a lot of drugs when I was younger. She did a lot of cocaine when she was pregnant with me. I was born in 2 months. I weighed 7 grams. My dad managed Alice Cooper, so he was like a hippie.
He's a cool dude.
He's a really cool guy. And then I moved to Long Island. Was kind of angry about my mom leaving. Like was very popular as a kid, but still had that like anger build up.
Yeah.
I ended up going to boarding school in Maine called the Hyde School for kids who had too much energy and misplaced aggression.
Well, when I think you, I don't think energy at all.
No, I had to like recalculate, put my negative energy into a positive way, and I was forced to do this or shovel snow all day and move rocks and go on attitude trips out in the woods till my attitude got better. It's legit. Then I ended up getting like a wrestling partial scholarship to Hofstra, but I went to Binghamton, wrestled for a little bit, got burned out, lost too much weight, kind of went nuts. Not nuts, but just was like, can't do it. Had a TV show in college, ended up getting sued for $20 million for negligence. Went to the Supreme Court of Brooklyn. That's a whole other show. And then moved to New York, started doing comedy in laundromats, supermarkets, donut shops, wherever they had me. And then 10 years later, started my own club, won a couple contests. They flew me out to L.A., Anthony Clark, who was on Yes Dear, was like, you're hilarious. He hooked me up with his manager, agency, made a little bit of success, got on Last Comic Standing, placed in the top 6, got on The Tonight Show a couple times, found MMA, started coaching. Now here I am, baby, wife, boom, your show.
I love it.
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
thanks.
That's the Adam Hunter story in about
Kind of.
2 minutes.
In about 2 minutes. There's a lot more, but yeah.
But the West Coast life is better, right?
For me, it's healthier because I was in New York. I was out till 4 o'clock in the morning every night, you know, because the bars don't close till 4. And you wake up at like noon, and it's just not. I didn't take care of myself as much as I did there. I was drinking 3-4 Red Bulls a night, and you know, I was having fun, but it was a little too much.
But haven't you noticed with the MMA, with the wrestling, the way you're still active, like it probably helps you to focus in on taking care of your body, right?
Yes.
And keep yourself in a good position to work the crazy hours that you work.
And also just in general. I mean, I'm doing like Muay Thai now because like do that 3-4 days a week. Just boxing, wrestling. If I'm in a happier place physically, my shows are better. If I'm just feeling like, you know, you could just tell. Like even today, I ran 5 miles today from the cops. So it's just you know, it's just if I'm just feeling better, like the shows are gonna be better.
Yeah. No, I'm with you because I find that my mood impacts the things I want to talk about, the way I sound on the radio. And on days where I don't even recognize it, someone might reach out and be like, are you okay? You don't sound like yourself. I don't even notice it, but and then I'll think about it and be like, man, that is impacting my mood right now.
No, even like my sex life. If I work out and take care, I'll last at least 2 songs with my wife. But if not, it's just not even a chorus, you know? So it's good. It's good.
Tell us about the show going on in Portland. You've been out here before.
Yes.
I know you love the area.
It's
You
my
like
third
Harvey's.
time. Harvey's. Love the show. The fighters come out. Paige Van Zandt, her husband, Austin Vanderford, comes.
You should have brought Chael in studio today.
He moved to California. Not moved. He went out to watch a kickboxing fight.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just the fighters come. The place is great. I love the energy. I went to a couple Antifa rallies while I was here. It was good.
Those are fun.
Yeah, those are a good time. I got the Antifa discount when I was in my hotel. I had to show them my scarf and a Molotov cocktail. It was great. It was really, really great.
That's the great thing about Portland is like no matter what your flavor is, if you want Antifa, we got that. If you want to be in a tent on the sidewalk, we've got that.
Yeah, can't they at least have like one workout program for Antifa? because they feel like it's like 30 of them, but they don't win the fights.
No.
Like, I mean, they should have like the Antifa workout. Somebody like just get an MMA guy who's out of work, you know, like Ed Herman, and we'll just have the guys in the gym. They can practice the stick fighting and this and how to fight when you can't see what to do. You know, I think that would be good for them.
No, we tried that. I remember growing up in Oklahoma, out in the country. My brother and I tried a lot of things that are probably not appropriate, but they used to put the Gatorade in the old glass bottles, and so we tried that once, where you put the gas in, and we came up with like a napkin wick, and then you toss it, and
I never did that. No, I have no idea.
No, of course not. No, but we did that. In Oklahoma, you do a lot of dumb things.
Yeah.
But then you find out the problem is that when the glass hits the ground, it breaks, and then the fire spreads.
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden, you're like, we got an issue here.
Yeah, that sounds like
This is why Dad told us not to do this kind of stupid thing.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Yeah.
Dad's probably right on that case.
Yeah. As I found in most cases in my life, it's like, man, that's why he didn't want me to do that.
Your dad was teaching. My dad told me that I should go out with an Israeli woman. He goes, because they're surrounded by 5 nations that want them blown off the map. So when you have sex with them, you can do anything. Like they're scared of nothing. So that was my advice I got from my pops.
Beautiful women, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That's
Some of the best.
It's true, yeah.
All right. You got to get out there and check it out. Go to Harvey'sComedyClub.com. Shows tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. And where can people find you on social?
Adam Comedian on Instagram, Adam Comedian on Twitter, and MMA Roasted on Twitter. So,
Wow. You're
and then
amazing.
I have my new I have an Amazon Prime comedy special called Adam Hunter Still Broke. So you could watch that.
That's right. Well, at least you know your wife loves you because she's not after you for your money.
No, I'm not at all. She even I actually had a date one time and I was paying for everything and I was like, I think you're kind of a gold digger. She's like, don't you think I would aim higher? I was like, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Now, what's this? You got to tell me one more time because I love this. What's the story that you pitched? The show you're trying to do?
A couple shows. It's called Pinned. It's about a comic who's like...
Great concept.
You know, he was hot for a second. Now he's kind of like in a stalemate. And he was a wrestling stud, so he goes back and coaches his middle school wrestling team. And it's like the Bad News Bears meets Eastbound and Down meets Cobra Kai. And we shot the pilot. I almost got divorced during the shooting because the girl that I hired to play my girlfriend in the bedroom scene, I didn't really tell my wife. She was a playmate, and we shot it in our house. And she walked in, and she's like, what are you doing? And the girl's in her bra and panties. She's like, you have a wife and kid. I'm like, well, not in the show, I don't. So that was rough, but now we're okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
By the way, Cobra Kai is pretty awesome, too.
Best show I've ever seen.
Gosh, it's unbelievable.
I can't wait to season 3. I watched season 1 and 2 twice already. So
it's so good.
Yeah.
All good. We connect because we're in the same age bracket. It's awesome. All right, Adam Hunter, you're the best, man. You're always welcome here.
Thank you very much.
Go to Harvey's Comedy Club. You can get your tickets for the show. Go check out Adam. He's a stud.